All right, looks like
we're starting the game. We're starting the game. Respect.
Let's make this happen.
Bow. Going into game one of the first semifinal of HuK against CauthonLuck. In the other semifinal, we have KiwiKaki against the mysterious Last Shadow, who came out of nowhere and is just punching people in the face consistently in this tournament. Going into game one on Xel'Naga Caverns.
All right, so we have CauthonLuck splitting his SCVs down in the bottom left position. He is the blue Terran spawning here on Xel'Naga Caverns. And of course, all the way at the top right-hand position, we have our famous Protoss player, the confidence exuding HuK, spawning as the red Protoss at the top. We have
it looks like there was an error. It appears that something went wrong again. If there is any error, the players must contact a referee and request the pause. And that means that we are very surprised. I'm actually trying to peer over into the tournament area to see if anything's happening. I mean, as you can see in the bottom right of the screen, we do see HuK looking focused as ever, hiding, in fact, behind a hoodie, feeling very, very focused.
He's like, when I see HuK play, it's almost like seeing a poker player. If you ever see poker players play, some of them like to cover themselves, put on shades, put on hoodies. They don't want to reveal their intention. Maybe that's HuK's game style a little bit.
Put duct tape over his face that he can't read any facial expressions whatsoever. So it looks like there was just a spill of liquid nearby the computer.
Dr. Pepper, perhaps.
Dr. Pepper, perhaps one of the illustrious sponsors of this tournament. So big thanks to them. And of course, while we're in this brief break, let's go ahead and do what a JP would call paying the bills. Definitely can check out MLG HD, $10 for all sorts of tournament coverage that you want. You can rewind and get it in extremely high 1600 bit rate. And we are going directly back into the game, so nothing was screwed up really in the opening stages of the game. Both players didn't really get any too much thrown off by that pause.
All right, so once again, let's go ahead and get back into this battle. HuK spawning as the red Protoss on the top right-hand position, the confidence-exuding Protoss. And like Day9 said, he likes to keep his one-base strategy, loves one-base play. And on this map, very difficult to hold on to that natural expansion because it's so wide, so much access. There's even rocks down at the lower ledge below as well. So look for that to be a problem for any of the players who possibly could go for that expansion.
So we see HuK peeking by the Xel'Naga Watchtower and immediately going to the other Xel'Naga Watchtower. 1 out of every 100 games, you'll find a hidden building. So that is the loss he is trying to avoid. Very, very expert play right there. And CauthonLuck spreading out those buildings to spot any sort of proxy pylons in his base.
All right, Probe running its way into CauthonLuck's base right now. Going to start duking away on this SCV. The hallmark of any good Terran player, not allowing the SCV building the barracks to get attacked, keeping the SCV on that Probe. But it looks like the Probe is starting to attack that SCV. It looks like CauthonLuck's going to pull one more SCV away to ward away that Probe and keep that barracks up. He does not want to lose the SCV building the barracks. That'd be a huge setback.
And look at this, such good timing by HuK. The instant it drops down to 0 shields, he begins moving it around. Whoops, has to be careful. He's down to 10 life. CauthonLuck playing very, very well at this point in time. Doesn't really get shaken by this. And as we can see, CauthonLuck maybe looks like he cut an SCV. Didn't get the chance to make that 15th SCV there at the start of the game.
Probe now moving away over to the refinery to start attacking some of these SCVs. This is one of the most annoying probes I've seen in quite some time. HuK, obviously, with great probe scouting control, going to start scooting its way down the ramp to see what else there is to scout around the map. CauthonLuck is also moving with his SCV towards HuK's base, who is looking to open pretty standard here, has the gateway into Assimilator.
And the big stylistic move that HuK always does is he spends almost all his Chrono Boost on probes, even opting to get his gateway and his cybernetics core a little late so his economy can be as strong as possible. CauthonLuck, look at this, doing the standard opening in this matchup. He is getting the Marauder, he is getting the concussive shell to begin that aggression right away, and it looks like, no, it was perhaps intentional that he cut that one SCV, because look at that timing right as the supply depot finishes. He has enough to start the next SCV. Love this timing by CauthonLuck.
All right, CauthonLuck is pumping out that Marauder. Notice the rally point for the barracks set all the way over to the Protoss base, and the Marauder is starting to huff and puff its way down the ramp. Concussive shells is nearing completion, around 80% right now. And like you said, Day, it looks like HuK does indeed like that Harvester boost. He is currently at 21 Harvesters over 18, so a slight little income boost for HuK.
And here goes down the expansion for CauthonLuck, and look at this, right as the Marauder finishes, a Reaper popping out, 1 Marine, 2 Marauder push at the front, very easy way to pull all the scare units to the front so the Reaper can easily get into the back. We do see a sentry coming out for HuK, and I love this, a hidden gateway behind his base, because it's really, really key that he doesn't get eliminated by any sort of Reapers early on.
All right, so here we go. HuK here going to be pumping that, he is hiding that second gateway in the back of his base. And of course, HuK is going to be controlling that frontal ramp. It looks like right now CauthonLuck is pushing forward with his 2 Marauders and Marines. There is no stim currently, but the concussive shells is ready, and look for that to do some damage. CauthonLuck here could definitely apply some early pressure to the front of the Protoss base.
And CauthonLuck can do some serious damage here. There's only 1 Stalker and 1 Sentry. The Marauders can just easily blast right through those units, but it looks like he is waiting for that Reaper to get there before he begins pushing. The expansion is down. 3 more barracks going down in the main. It looks like he is moving up. He's even going to use the Reaper at the front, and oh, that 1 Sentry is going to get taken down, and here's the move forward. Oh no, HuK is going to lose all of these units at the front of his base. He just doesn't nearly have enough. Very, very easy, clean push by CauthonLuck. Generally doesn't get up and do this much damage, but it can, and look at how tough it is to deal with.
I gotta say that force field placement from HuK, not the best, not trapping the forces and splitting them in half, and now the Zealot coming out of the gateway, gonna start getting slowed by the concussive shells. Sentry and Zealot, not the best combination to deal with Marauders. In fact, nothing from the gateway can really help right now, but HuK is going to morph into warp gates. He has the robotics facility morphing in, and of course he can get immortals. He does have enough resources, just needs about 5 more minerals, and if he can get an immortal out, that would help immensely against this mass barracks Marauder push from CauthonLuck.
But this is exactly what CauthonLuck was trying to do. Just bought himself time, 4 barracks, and look at that stim. Very close to done. This is why this is one of the standard ways to play this matchup. Very fast engineering bay popping out to deal with any Void Rays, and of course to get that +1 upgrade. HuK, oh my god, that is brilliant. Getting the expansion. 99 players out of 100 are going to want to play it safe, are going to want to try to get immortals out, but of course HuK not overreacting, just expanding and going for the Colossus. Very, very nice response by HuK.
Yeah, HuK here getting Colossus out. He obviously feels like he knows CauthonLuck is going to be getting this 4 Raxes and expansion, so he's going to have a ton of infantry. And Colossus, as long as they have that range and they can abuse the terrain along with Sentry Force Fields, can really annihilate any kind of bio on the ground, unless CauthonLuck is really Marauder heavy and he can stim and snipe out this Colossus.
CauthonLuck is playing perhaps one of the most impressive games we've seen in this tournament. All these barracks are lined up, pumping out Marines, getting the +1 upgrade, not forgetting a single depot, not forgetting a single SCV. Just absolutely marvelous play. But of course HuK, who we traditionally call the one-basing player, showing us a brilliant transition into an expansion after almost losing at the outset.
Yeah, that's a very unusual time to go for an expansion. Very bold, but he is going to secure that in a couple of minutes here. He has a very measly force at the front defending that. Just a handful of Zealots and Sentries. He's waiting for that Colossus to come out, but a scan landing down, and it is going to see that HuK, like you said, is getting that Colossus.
But of course, no extended thermal lance going down, no plus range for the Colossus. It looks like the bunker is being planted by CauthonLuck, feeling a little bit unconfident, but ooh, is he actually going to try to push out and do some magic with these Marines? No combat shield upgraded yet. Factory going down now for CauthonLuck, and he's going to need to start planting a lot of geysers if he wants to be able to combat this huge Colossus count that HuK will have later.
CauthonLuck also throwing a factory in the main, obviously going to try to get that starport to dual pump out dropships to mobilize and reinforce this Marine Marauder army. CauthonLuck is pushing forward here, and he's got a significant force. Can he do any damage to Colossus? Is that great force
huge
fields?
Force fields doing so much damage. Oh my god, the Zealots are doing a ton of damage as well, just ripping through those units. The stim goes down. The Colossus easily marching right through those force fields, and CauthonLuck that had a beautiful, beautiful position just lost a big bulk of his army.
CauthonLuck now forced to run, tail behind his legs. Tail is wagging hard right now as he's trying to get away, but it looks like the Colossus got to hunt down the Marauders and the Marines. All the Marines, 3 of them getting assassinated, and the Stalker getting a last shot on that Marine as well. HuK pushing forward here. He's got control. CauthonLuck has a bunker to fall back to, but he needs more forces to hold off this push as HuK now controls the map, and his income is showing that CauthonLuck is actually ahead of HuK by about 5 or 6 Harvesters.
Now, it does look like CauthonLuck is starting to add on more Marauders. Marauders are good against those Colossi. They can take a decent amount of hits, but you have to be so careful of not getting too many Marines. Marines are amazing at pretty much everything except this Colossus timing by HuK, and gosh, HuK even managed to get an expansion up. Such impressive, impressive play. CauthonLuck ordinarily would want those medevacs, but is instead forced to get Vikings because he lost so many units.
Yeah, originally he wanted to get medvacs to mobilize and heal this bio army on the ground, but now, like you said, there's too many Colossus. He doesn't have enough Marauders to snipe these Colossus out, so he's forced to get Vikings. Back in the base, HuK is throwing on additional gateways. He's also got the extended thermal lance on the way. It looks like, ooh, one of the SCVs getting taken out there.
I mean, very, very nice play by HuK. I cannot Alex, I cannot emphasize enough how nice this play is by HuK, just playing so well. I mean, and all of this happened after he almost lost the game at the outset to that great push by CauthonLuck. CauthonLuck also playing very well in his own right, but getting a little bit behind on the upgrades. He's trying to add on more barracks, get a little bit more production, but leaving himself
Observer
behind.
almost gets taken out.
Ooh, has to be very careful with that. Looks like he's going to advance forward, try to take some free shots off on these Colossi, but of course, without any hull damage, that shield is going to heal very quickly.
HuK here forced to fall back just a little bit. I think what HuK needs right now is a little bit more Stalkers to deal with the Vikings. If there's too many Vikings right now for CauthonLuck, he can just run in there and snipe those Colossus all day long. Looks like HuK here interested to control the gold expansion. I like this. Always play macro. Keep on destroying rocks to secure more expansions. But HuK really could use a little bit more Stalkers in his army to deal with the Vikings that are coming out from CauthonLuck.
And at this point in time, I would love it if CauthonLuck just slammed out.